go today to the 20 minutes live that I do every Wednesday at Little Yoga Space in Lisbon. I would like to focus today on our hip, on the pelvis. So I will take off the socks also. So let's focus on the hip today. Come for the beginning into all fours. And then the usual movement. Yeah, we know this one already, opening the chest and rounding the spine. Just the difference today, you will send the focus to your pelvis. So feel the pelvis moving first, and then the rest of the spine relax. So you move the pelvis, you send the sit bones, the tailbones up, and then you open the chest. So get the spine moved from your lowest part of your spine. Tailbone, sit bone, pelvis, and then let the spine, the rest of the spine react until the top of your head. You inhale and exhale. You choose when to inhale and when to exhale. Let the breath flow with the flow of the movement. So 2 more times. And then get your pelvis into the middle position. So this is between up and down, right in the center where your tailbones are showing right to the back. This gives you the length into the spine until the top of the head. Take an inhale here. And a deep exhale. One more inhale. And exhale. Okay, from here, switch the legs to the front. And let's find the same flexibility into the pelvis in a seated position. You have the arms to the front. And then the first movement starts from the pelvis. And you roll down, you choose how far. If you're strong enough, you can go further down, but also half of the way is absolutely enough. And then you come back up. So initiate any movement from the pelvis. So you feel how you're sitting onto your sit bones, and then you start from the pelvis to roll down. And then find the same way back up into the curve, come up, and then you reach from the sit bones into the length. If you want to join with the breath, inhale always gives you space into the spine, and with the exhale, roll down. And keep the focus on the pelvis, and then observe how the rest of the spine reacts to the pelvis position. One more. And then next time when you're long, check that you have enough space behind you, and roll down into the floor. Have the arms up to the ceiling. Whenever you feel it's too much with the arms up, you can bring them down. So arms up to the ceiling. And then from here, lift one pelvis side out of the floor so you feel there's air. The other side is still down. And then switch to the other side. So it's always just one side coming up, as if you could separate your pelvis into the middle. And you switch. If it helps you for feedback, you also can, of course, bring your hands to your hip so you feel how one side is coming up and the other side is still staying down. Do what helps you, what is appropriate for you. Check that also here, you inhale and exhale. Or observe when do you inhale, when do you exhale. And feel the difference of lifting the pelvis out and then also bring it really back down. Feel the weight of the pelvis touching back down. So let both happen. Let the flying up and also let the coming down happen. And also here, observe until where in your spine do you feel and reaction. Yeah, your pelvis is moving. What does that do to the rest of your spine? One more each side. And then feel the pelvis completely being down into the floor. Lift the pelvis only 2 centimeters out of the floor. Yeah, so as if you could bring a hand under your pelvis. And then go the opposite way and bring the pelvis back down. 2 more. Lifting the pelvis tiny bit out of the floor. And then back down. Again, 1 more. And back down into the floor. Okay, and then find your way up. You can roll through the side, or if you wish, you can also come through the center. Bring the legs again back. Into all fours. Okay, let's find the same movement that you just had laying down. So you lift one pelvis side up, so you're separating again your pelvis, so also one knee is lifting, the foot can stay down, and then back down. And then switch to the other side. Yeah, the idea you would separate your pelvis sides and you can move them independently. And also here, observe which reaction has this onto your spine? Or until can you feel the influence, of the movement of the pelvis into the spine? And also here, feel both ways. Feel the up and feel the back down. One more on each side. And then feel both knees being back down, pelvis in the middle position. Open your knees and then reach the bum, the pelvis to the back, to the heels. And then bring the pelvis back front into all fours. Reach the pelvis back. And bring the pelvis back front. One more. And then switch the legs back to the front. And already check that you have enough space behind you. Sit long. Find your way down into the floor. Your choice again, you can have the arms up or maybe down on the floor, or if it helps you, maybe onto your belly. You choose. Okay, from here we go a little bit further into the movement. The feet are quite close to the bum, hip width apart. So we start again from lifting only one pelvis side up. And then let the second pelvis side join and go even higher. And then you step your pelvis upwards. So you're coming every time a little bit higher. When you have the feeling, wow, I've reached already to the top, then you find the same way back down. One side coming lower, other side coming lower, until you actually touch back down into the floor. Whenever you are down, same thing again. One side reaching up, other side reaching even higher. So climb with your pelvis up to the top of the hill. And whenever you have the feeling, I reach to the top, then climb back down. Yeah, if you need a feedback from your hands, you can do the same with the hands onto your pelvis. Yeah, then also you feel the hands climbing upwards. Can you do the movement of the pelvis with as little muscle effort as possible? So maybe have more the picture of the bone, yeah, the pelvis, and then you move the bones and less the muscles. Go on, last time. Coming up. And coming back down. And with the last movement, send the pelvis down, all the weight of the bone down. Really feel it arriving down. And then find your way up. You can roll through the side or through the center, your choice. And from here, go a little bit more backwards onto your mat. We will again separate the pelvis sides. So you lift one side up. Imagine your feet are now your bum and you walk with your bum to the front. So lifting one pelvis, walk front and the other one. Just turn front also to maybe show it. And then check that you try to avoid the shifting too much side and side. So separate the pelvis, do the movement from your pelvis. Lifting it up, yeah, and lifting it down. Putting it down, lifting up and putting down. And if you then maybe already reached the front side of your mat, then find the same way, walking backwards. Yeah, also here you can play again with the picture of the bones. Whoop. One side of the pelvis, bones lifting up and then putting back down. Yeah, you sometimes have to adjust with the feet. If you feel, well, my neck is getting tight here, then do the same thing with your hands on your knees or onto the floor. And then go again, yeah, go again front or keep back wherever you are on your mat. And then also here observe which muscles help you to do the movement. And how little can the activity of the muscles be? And whenever you reach back front, find your way to the back. Walk your pelvis with soft muscle tension. And then next time, bring the pelvis back into the center, reach long inhale. And 2 times, roll down. You choose how far. Inhale, reach back out of your sit bones. And exhale, roll down. You choose how far. Inhale back up. And then bring the legs to the back, back into all fours. Tuck your toes. And then let the pelvis fly up. So get the bones of the pelvis light. So the knees also join and you lift the knees out of the floor. And then bring everything against gravity with control back down. Okay. Lifting the pelvis up and bringing it down. 2 more. Check that you inhale and then also check that you back exhale. Then next time, knees down, you can open them slightly. Reach the pelvis to the back. And bring it back front. 2 more. Last one. And the next time, when you're back front, bring the knees back under your hip. Tuck the toes. So we have the same exercise, but we combine it with the things that we had already before. So you lift one pelvis up, so one knee flies out of the floor. Then you join with the second knee. You bring down the first side. You bring down the second side. So this is the exercise. You lift one pelvis up, second pelvis joins, then bring the first pelvis back down, let the second one join. Then maybe start with the other side here, so you're also shifting, always one coming up, other side joining, and then back down. Whenever you need a break in the middle, bring the bum to the heels. You know your body best. And then also here have a picture. What is the pelvis doing? What is the movement of the pelvis? Even that the exercise might be a little bit harder, how soft can you get the movement? One more each side. Last one. And then open the knees, reach the pelvis to the back. Come back front. 2 more. Reach back. Pelvis moving front. Last time, pelvis reaching back. And then bring the knees back under your hip. Same as we had in the beginning, move from your pelvis. Bring the sit bones up, chest opening, and then the other way around. And how does the movement feel now? Is there any difference to the beginning? Yeah, maybe yes, maybe no. Go one more. Next time, reach the spine into the length. Reach the bum to the back. Bring the hands beside your knees. And then let the tailbone drop down first. And then reach the pelvis into the center position. And then roll yourself up vertebra by vertebra into sitting position. Take a big inhale. And a super soft exhale. And I hope you had a good feeling into the pelvis, activity into the pelvis, moving it. Maybe also feeling what kind of reaction it has onto the body. And then I see you next Wednesday. Bye.